Okay, this is page 13, scene 4. Hamish wearing the chef's hat and apron. So stand by, Ian. Start recording, please.
Sound recording.
Okay, we're rolling, Ian, and cue.
Fuck!
Okay, thanks very much. Moving on to scene 5.
This is my day, this is my day, and nothing's gonna stop me. No one's gonna hurt me, no one's gonna make me beg or make me go
Alright, that'll do. Hello, welcome to Pets Behind the Scenes. This unique televisual masterpiece was made in Elstree by a small but dedicated production team, all of whom were heavily addicted to over-the-counter non-prescription medication, illegally imported chewing tobacco, and super-strength export lager.
What are you talking about?
Us? The future? Our babies?
Babies. Babies? Has this got anything to do with that party?
You mean when you and I... Well, yes, yes.
When you and I what?
When you and I gave physical expression to our love.
Producers and scriptwriters Andrew Barclay and Brian West got the idea for Pets when they were working on a promotion for an obscure Eastern European TV channel. The promo featured a couple of ugly fish swimming around in a bathtub, and it gave the pair the idea of making an entire adult comedy series using nothing but crap puppets. This is a clip from the very first low-budget pilot show of Pets. Notice how the characters all look completely different. I used to look like this, and the parrot used to look like this. This top-secret footage has never been shown before, and looking at it, that's hardly fucking surprising.
And I held out my paw to the light.
What are you reading?
It says here that the Earth has been hit by a meteorite the size of Wales.
Where'd it land?
Wales.
Keep pulling. We've got about 2 feet to go.
I don't think I can take much more of this.
Oh, don't be such a wimp. We've only been pulling for about 4 hours. One last push.
There you go. It's all over.
Do you want to know if it's a boy or a girl?
Having received a commission for more episodes of Pets, it was necessary to construct what we in the television industry call a set. This took a mere 24 hours to construct, but for realism we had to spend the next 6 weeks smearing shit all over it and throwing tomato ketchup at the walls. This is known in the trade as distressing. I am covering the walls with my own faeces.
So what's different?
What do you mean?
Well, aren't you always covering the walls with your own shit? You normally call it going to the toilet.
I really love our little goldfish, don't you? He's our special little friend, isn't he?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
The production process began by pre-recording the voices of the central characters. This was done in a state-of-the-art studio and involved the talents of a number of intellectually challenged, out-of-work fuckwad actors. This is Petros Emmanuel, who does the voice of the parrot.
3 hours.
Fuckity fuck.
This is the outside corridor. And here you see the cast. They're already rehearsing with each other. They're working very hard.
Is this what you call vocal warm-up?
This is Ian Angus Wilkie, who does the voice of Hamish. He used to work in children's television, but now that he's said the word fuck on TV, he probably won't be going back there again.
It is a far, far better thing I do now than I have ever done.
Fuck! Fuckity, 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 fuck!
This is Sally Elsdon, the voice of the cat.
And in the words of former 70s pop star and one-time Irish presidential candidate, Dana, he says it's going to be a cold, cold Christmas without me. Turd.
Yeah. Of course I want to marry you. Oh, yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shh. You're putting her off.
It's a coffee table. It can't hear you.
All right. Keep your fur on. It's just a bit of fun.
When all the voices had been recorded, the sound department played them into the studio, and some highly talented puppeteers did their best to make the characters' mouths move at the same time as the dialogue. This was an extremely hazardous process, but I think the perfectly synchronised end product is testimony to all the dedicated professionals involved.
Gog is a fog and Magog is a dog.
No, Magog is a fog and Gog is a dog. Revelation verse 103. In later rabbinic literature, Gog is also identified as the sow of Beelzebub.
In other words, a hog.
Yeah.
Gog is a hog.
Yeah.
But you said Gog was a dog. Is Gog a hog or a dog?
Now I'm confused.
Magog is a fog and Gog is either a hog or a dog. And where do these accursed creatures live?
Clapham.
This is puppeteer Yestin Evans, who also designed all the puppets. He didn't do a bad job, but I wish he'd given me a bigger knob. And here's a couple of other people who've also had their fists up my arse. Gary Rutter and Mandy Travis. This is Andrew again, getting hands-on in the studio. And here's Brian, in one of his more energetic and dynamic moods. This is Pet's director, Mike Stevens. Mike once directed Heidi High at the BBC, but he doesn't talk about it very often. Here's Julie, the script supervisor. Julie has worked on The Bill, but then who the fuck hasn't? This is the lighting director, Benzie, who claims to have worked with Sooty and Sweet. Nobody likes a name dropper, do they, Benzie?
What about that stain up there?
If you must know, I think it's strangely reminiscent of the Holy Shroud of Turin.
That's a fake, you know.
Rubbish.
Yeah. Turned out to be George Harrison.
No.
He got a bit pissed at Abbey Road one night, went back to his hotel and fell asleep face down in his own vomit.
Good God.
The image of his serene, beardy face became forever imprinted on one of the fitted sheets. Apparently, a chambermaid smuggled it out of the bedroom and flogged it at a secret auction at Sotheby's.
But how did it get to Turin?
How does anything get to Turin? EasyJet.
Before shooting began, the studio crew was sent to special training camps in the Australian outback, where they were given rare hallucinogenic substances and actually met Dr. Dolittle and that mad bloke who wrestles crocodiles. In this way, they were meticulously prepared for coming face to face with two talking dogs, a psychopathic cat, and a featherless parrot who believes he is the reincarnation of Joan Armatrading.
I vividly remember fusing folk music with bits of soul and reggae and carving out a niche for myself in the early 1970s, after which I recall collaborating with some former members of Fairport Convention and being catapulted into the UK Top 20 with a track called Love and Affection.
The editing process was long and arduous, since over 36 hours of material were filmed for each short 11-minute episode. This is known in the business as a high shooting ratio, a crime which is punishable by death in some South American countries. So, there you have it, the making of pets. Dogs behaving badly, puppet style. This foul-mouthed, dog-spangling crusted show has now been shown all over the world, from the UK to MTV in Italy, the Middle East, and even as far afield as Australia. There's even a pet's website. And it was all done with a few scraps of ginger fur and a dildo dipped in catnip. Amazing what you can get away with. So if you'll excuse me, I have to be off now, as me custard bag's about to blow. Chin chin.